Alright, welcome back everybody. My name is Atris, and today we're playing Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today we're playing a letter like Crest against a Terran player named Rudd, or Rude, however you want to say his name. And as the Protoss player, I'm planning on going for Stargate again. Planning on going for Phoenix Harass. And, maybe going into Sky Toss or back into Ground Forces as far as playing Stalkers or something like that. First things first is a 14 pylon. Excuse me, 14 pylon, and then I will go gateway first, and then to my second nexus. The only reason I go gateway first is just personal preference. As far as this map is concerned, I don't like Lair-like Crest all that much. I'll go for a 16 gateway there, but I just don't like Lair-like Crest all that much. I'm not very comfortable when I play it, so I prefer to go gateway first. Really, I could go Nexus first. It's not really a big deal, but that's just personal preference. So Gateway first, then into a 17 Nexus, and then into scouting with this wee guy. Now, like I said, I am planning on going into Phoenix Harass, and I'm going to be dropping my simulators just now at 17, 18, and we're going to be going as fast as we can. We're looking for our opponent, and he is actually going to end up being diagonally across from us, which is good for us, bad for him, because if he's just bio army just like normal Terrans go, and it's good for us. We can close those gaps pretty quick with the Phoenix that we're planning on going. So it's gonna go well for us, at least in that regard. I did drop I believe 19 cybernetic score. I'll have the build order down below exactly. Um, but I do see his wee scout, and just kind of sitting here doing a whole lot of nothing while my guy is scouting over there. And I'm kind of watching him, but I do see that he's not able to actually walk up there, which means that's where he is for sure because he successfully walled off. He was able to snipe up my guy. But as soon as my cybernetics core, I'm going to be going mothership core and warp gate and begin saturating my second base as well. So that timed out pretty well. Now that the scout is gone, I'm going to be dropping my Stargate here in just a wee minute. As soon as I've got the minerals and gas for it, and while I'm doing that, I am planning on, getting this base, defensible, and I am making an adept to, ward off any more scouts, or maybe a one or two marine, scout, instead of say an SCV or something like that. I'm dropping the Stargate at about 3 minutes 10, with a couple of defensive pylons in the back and in the front of my natural, just in case of Liberator play uh, or just a marine push. I'm sending my adept to the bottom of my base, so just to see if it shouldn't be this fast, but just in case there's a proxy factory or barracks that flew over or something like that. I am dropping another gateway in my main at about 3 minutes 30. I am also dropping my third assimilator right about the same time. And just continuing to make probes, trying to fully saturate that second base as quickly as possible. Now that my Stargate is done, however, I'm going to immediately begin Phoenix production as soon as I can, as soon as I've got the money. And I could have foregone that second adept, but I prefer to have two on the map anyway. It's usually a good idea to have two gateways first, just because they make faster. I do drop my fourth assimilator while I'm at the same time making my Phoenix. I do have a few queued up if I remember correctly, because you want to have at least a group of 3 running around, just because they can pick a probe or an SCV or a drone up and one-shot him. It's just helpful. So I'm dropping another gateway, another Stargate, about 4 minutes 25, 4 minutes 30, and sending this guy down, my adept down there, so I am in shade range of his second base, of his natural, and that's just so I can do some quick scouting up on his ramp. That's a pretty good place for it. It's kind of out of the way, but it is close enough for my shade to be able to get in and see what I need to see and then leave. I'm dropping my robotic facility down. I am also dropping another pylon and continuing my Phoenix production. You'll see just now where I am. I've got just enough to be able to go in, and if he does have anything there, I'm able to see what I want to see. I don't want to shade all the way in, however, simply because he's got enough to kill me and I won't be able to get away. Once my warp gate is done, change those guys to warp gates. I'm going to warp in a couple of defensive stalkers. I do see that he's got a couple of marauders, a couple of marines. 5.5 minutes should be about when he pushes out. So, I'm just getting prepared. I'm going to drop, I believe, another couple of pylons. I guess not. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm dropping my third base on the Twilight Council. Twilight Council was about 5 minutes 20 or so. And again, I'll have the build order down below if you want it. Nexus is going down at about 5 minutes 40. Another pylon at 5 minutes 50. And that's actually 4 pylons. They're defensive. Just because of this, what I'm thinking is an inevitable marine push. As soon as my robotics facility is done, I'm going to be bringing in 2 observers and queuing up an immortal. Just so I can have some sight at the bottom of my ramps, and so I can have some heavy guns in the back for when the marauders show up. Going again, I don't see much, but I do see that he's got that base going. I brought those 2 stalkers down to break those rocks. I did actually end up killing like 4 marines or something like that with those rocks, which was kind of fun. As soon as my Twilight Council's done, though, I'm making my blink, and I will begin trying to saturate my third base. I'm dropping a fleet beacon so that I can get the. I believe it's not the graviton. Uh, it's not the whatever the carrier is. It's the Phoenix one, whatever that one is. It increases my range is what I'm looking for. But I am going for more stalkers. I'm also going to be dropping 2 more gateways, and like I said, trying to fully saturate my base. Now I did scout that he had a blind turret at the edge of his base, which is always a good idea for the Terran. And so I'm just going to go around to his main, or to his third if he has one, and we're just gonna go and try and harass a wee bit. So he's just sitting there, and I'm just sending my stalkers down just to the edge of the base, just to try and scout out a wee bit, see what he's got, see what's going on. And he's got a lot of blind turrets, which is a good idea for him, especially since I did have to go Phoenix. So I just started, messing around, and he quits. I'm not sure why. He either just was done playing for the night, or he knew he couldn't do anything about it. So I just started scouting around, seeing what he's got, and he really didn't have a whole lot, which was good for me, But he knew he couldn't beat the Phoenix, which is always a whole lot of fun. And I guess I was just able to, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why or how I got such a massive lead on him, or I guess it was just maybe just wasn't on his game, or he just didn't want to deal with Phoenix. Either way, it's fine with me because I got the win, and I'll have the build order down below. If you like it, click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ta.